Well, good morning, and welcome to day two. Oh my goodness. Let me pull down. I'm going to pull my mic down just a little bit with the sound. As I saw on my audio, I was peaking just a little bit. Y'all know I get excited, super excited when it comes to going over things that I'm passionate about, and I am definitely passionate about teaching business owners how to create more cash flow and understand that content, it should be a major part of your strategy. And I think that a lot of us become overwhelmed and kind of stuck with the whole social media thing, trying to copy, trying to be like somebody else who creates social media, who other content creators, instead of just locking into yourself, locking into who you are, and making sure that you're creating things that's for your ideal customers. And so I'm going to give everybody a second to find us and to get in. I know we'll have people trickling in. It's right at the half 10:30. So I know people are like, okay, has it started yet? Let me go ahead. Or they're refreshing their page. So let's start off with, what did you take away from yesterday? What were some of your biggest takeaways from either the handout that we provided or the bonus content, which we're going to lean into some of that bonus content today. I'm going to show you guys some tools and some tech that you need in order to capture some of those B-rolls. And so we will get into that in the portion today. And I did bring some of my handy dandy tools. And so if you know, then you know. This is my latest little toy, and I've been absolutely loving it for content creation. So, what was one of your biggest takeaways from yesterday? What we covered, what we went over, what we talked about. Go ahead and drop those in the comments, and then I will bring them up to the screen so that we can kind of reflect on what was covered yesterday. So today, I want you guys to make sure that you have your handout. If you do not have your handout as of yet, just know that you do need to register using our link so that you'll have the handout ready to go. I am going to drop that link in the comments so that you guys have it. Use that link to register, and then you will get the live play page. And on the live play page, you'll be able to download that handout. You'll be able to download the bonus materials, and you'll be able to go back and watch these videos. And I am going to leave them up for the next couple of weeks for people who did not have the opportunity to catch them. And so you can always go back on our YouTube channel. If you are new here with me today, here we go. I am Dr. Carolyn Bobb-Green, and I am a business strategist, also speaker, trainer, and consultant, working with business owners, especially multi-passionate business owners and business owners who are maybe in a funding source or a full-time job that are transitioning into being a full-time CEO of their business. And so most of my stage speeches are typically about cash on replay, having a digital strategy for any product or service that you may have. A lot of the trainings and workshops that I do is around creating digital space, or having digital real estate, as I call it, so that you are continually making cash on replay and having evergreen products. And then as I work with business owners, we dive deep into their business to kind of understand, like, what could you do more of, and then what things can you do less of, and then really creating a plan so that they're not continuing to exchange time for money. So if you think that that's you, and you would love to take a deep dive into the business, just go ahead and click that link, get on our list, and then you will have plenty of opportunities to continue to work with us on different levels, whether it's one-on-one, whether it's inside of our community, or inside of what we have, which is called the Boss School, where we help you to focus on getting your speaking together as well as your business. So I want to thank you guys so much for coming into my space and my ecosystem to be able to further train and teach you about content creation. So, I have Dr. Melissa here. I'm going to go over to my screen and I am going to pull her comment in. She said all of it. I needed to hear all of it. Yes, yes, yes. I think sometimes we need that quick reminder of what it is we need to be doing. Sometimes the time just catches up with us, and I'm just going to be just absolutely real about it. Is as business owners, we are serving people, we are taking care of individuals, we are doing all the things, right? And we just don't make time to really work on our business. And when we talk about content creation, when we talk about, posting and sharing, this is actually working on our business to create sustainability, to create a flow so that we are constantly attracting clients. And if you see content as that and not just another thing on your list, another thing that's going to burden you or wear you down, if you see it as a way to get more money or more clients into your ecosystem, which converts into money sooner or later, then it wouldn't be such a stressor. And so I think yesterday I was getting into the share of, things have changed, right? We have social media, and social media is a tool that we have been misusing as business owners. We use it to connect with family and friends. We use it to show like all the cool things that we're doing in our life so that people have that window into what's going on with us. But why not use it also as a window into your business so that people can look into your business and see exactly what services you're providing, what things you are actually creating and making, and who knows, they may need it in their life. And so it has shifted the narrative of how we market our business. But it is no different from, I go back to when I first started marketing my business and going to door and knocking and saying, hey, and being told no in my face, like multiple times. No, we don't need that service. No, we don't need that service. And just think about social media as you're knocking on many doors at one time, and all of them could say no. And that's okay. That's why you keep creating content that is searchable, content that has reach, like reels, and that is how you're going to be able to knock on more doors. And the more doors you knock on, the more yeses you will get. It's not the more no's. Somebody eventually will say yes. But the thing is that we don't want to continue to knock on doors. We're like, I posted. Okay, post it again. Well, I don't want it to be the same thing. Why not? Because obviously people didn't see it the first time. So why can't you repost it? Why can't you? Oh, well, it's gonna look weird on my timeline and I'm posting the same thing over and over. Then post it as a story. A story only lasts for 24 hours. So don't give yourself excuses or think that your timeline has to be curated in some kind of beautiful way. It just needs to be done, and we need to knock on those doors. And that's what I want to encourage you guys today. As we are working today, I'm going to give you tons of tools to use, but I want you to work alongside of me. I don't want you to just watch this, take notes and say that, hey, I'm going to do it. No, I want you to do it with me. I want you to pull out your phone, because all of us carry around these cell phones. We have them with us everywhere that we go. We pay high dollar for them. Some of us are on payment plans with them, and we're paying it on our monthly bill. But why not allow it to generate cash flow and money for you? And I use mine all the time, to the point that like my memory is like always shot, which I'm going to talk about that in just a second. Some ways to kind of help you with getting those items off your phone so that you can continue to create content. And so what I've committed to is making content top priority in my business in 2026, making it a top priority. When I sit down to plan, before I even get into what I'm doing with my clients that I have, before I get into my to-do list, what is the focus of my content? Because if I don't create content, blogs, emails, posts, then I am not going to get fresh eyeballs. I'm not going to get new people. I'm not going to keep my business bloodline alive. It's going to eventually dwindle off, especially when my current clients are done. We put so much focus into the right now. We don't focus on the flow and keeping things flowing into our business. So it is vital that we make this a part of our everyday priority. Okay, make it a part of our everyday priority. And as business owners, that is sometimes hard to do, especially for you guys who are working multiple gigs and have multiple things, but we just have to get better about it. And I can say on behalf of everyone has that lens and thinks that, oh, these content creators or these people are doing so great because you see them posting, but they're struggling too. We're all trying to keep it consistent, keep it growing, coming up with fresh things, coming up with fresh ideas. But that's a part of what we signed on for when we decided to be the CEO of our business. We have the vision, we hold the vision. And so we have to be the ones to either do it or pay someone to do it. I always tell people, you're either going to spend time or money. Which one do you have? And if you don't have either or, you may need to revisit the fact that you're a business owner. So we have to make time, and we have to either spend money to hire someone that can take our vision and bring it to life. All right. So we are going to get in today. I'm going to kind of cover what we are going to go through today with our amazing agenda. If you have your handout in front of you, go ahead and pull it out. If not, I'm going to pull it up on the screen so that you guys can kind of see a little bit of what we will be covering on this beautiful Saturday morning. All right, so recap and, the plus and activation. I love to activate in our spirit that we are content creators for our business, all right? And so the more you say it, the more you believe it. So I'm going to tell you guys, I put a sticky note on my mirror in my bathroom, in my mirror in my room, even on my vision board. I have to remind myself that I have to create content daily for my business. And because I have multiple business, I am always on a prowl to create and capture things. Even my grandson is like, Lola, film. Lola's filming. And I'm like, yes, Lola's filming. Yes, Lola's teaching. And then he'll go get my camera. He's like, why don't you have the camera on? And so he's like my little assistant. He's going to be on payroll soon because he keeps me on top of it. So today we started with a recap and activation. Hello. Welcome, Karen. So glad to have you here this morning. Go ahead and we first started off with what you took away yesterday. So if you drop that in the comments, I am going to bring it up to the screen. So recap and activation. I want you guys to activate in yourself that you are going to be committed to creating with strategy. Let's say it right. So today we're going to be in the content creation lab. So just think about this day being a lab of creation. We're going to get into Claude. We're going to get into Canva. I'm going to show you guys some new cool things in Canva that you can actually do to create some of these things. I'm going to show you some other AI tools that I love to use these days, but using what's free or what you already have is going to be important with saving money. Capitalize on the resources that you have. We are so quick to be like, I need this new shiny thing. Now it's my job, a part of what I do, to try new things, new software, and to invest in them because I do like product reviews. I do tutorials for a lot of companies for their UGC content. I like to, really break things down and teach and show people how to use different things. But does that mean that you have to buy the next shiny thing? And it's like, absolutely not. So as we're talking about this lab, focus on the things that you want to grow towards to be able to purchase for your business. But most of the things that I'm going to show you today are tools that you already have in your arsenal, that you can just crank out and create what you need to create. So now that you have your strategy, because many of you guys yesterday should have wrote down who your ideal client is, what themes you're going to focus on over the next couple of months. What can you lean more into? And I talk about themes because themes are a way to keep you focused. If you're like me and you're just like a squirrel, like, ooh, squirrel, go, 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 and your mind never stops. It just never stops. It's just like I go to bed and I'm like, brain, now lay us down to sleep. We need to calm down. We need to take a deep breath and we need to go to sleep. Do not start giving me these lucid dreams so that I can rest really well. So, especially if I'm working on a project, like I would have like vivid dreams of the things that's going on. It's like even my work hijack my dreams and I can't get rest. So themes are really great. And even as a preschool teacher, that is how we taught children. We taught them in themes. Why? Because it kept them engaged, it pulled them in, it made them excited. And then we could teach them the content or the things that we wanted to teach them within those themes. And so that's why I want you guys to really lean into themes for you to be able to teach under. And sometimes holidays can be themes so that you can connect it to a holiday and get people in the mood and in the season. One thing that I did a couple of years ago was March Madness, was Content Madness, and I was like, you got to get mad about this content. And so you can tie it into what's going on around you or around the world. You could tie it into things that you really want to get out there. Now, what I did was I brain dumped all the themes that I wanted to put out there. Then I went into ChatGPT and I had them organize it into months. And so now I have these themes that I can cover for the whole entire year. But sometimes I don't get around to some of those things because some of those themes pour over into the next month. And so I really want to encourage you guys to utilize the themes that are in you. And if you don't understand what themes are, what I mean is that, like, think about what you teach, think about what you talk about, think about what you love to share, and then pick a theme around it and then lay into it. So let me give you an example. Is like as an early educator, I might focus on, learning centers, right? And the theme is, setting up your classroom with learning centers. So like week 1, I may talk about the math center, the science center. So my theme for that particular month is going to be focusing on learning centers, which is like a component of the bigger picture, but it helps teachers to really focus in on smaller bits of my overall content at a time. Now, when I talk about like my boutique, my theme for content may be like, spring fling wear. And so let's get into some things that we can wear in the spring. Let's get into the fact that we can wear jean jackets with a spaghetti strap if you don't like your arms, or you can wear a scarf. Or now it's pedicure time. Let's talk about toenail color and fingernail colors that will last you for the season, because we don't want to get these colors and then it clash with our spring collection that we have, or the color palettes that we want to pick. So when I break down that theme, I start talking about color palettes and like, what is your base color palette? So with your base color palette, that is what you would get your nails and toes done so that it matches all of the outfits that's within your spring collection. So those are themes that you can think about for your business. Yes, Dr. Melissa, themes are super fun. And it gets me excited to want to teach. It gets me going and activated. So themes are going to be so important, and we kind of talked about that on yesterday. Okay, so now that you have your strategy, it's time to create, and this is the part that people run away from. So this is going to be a whole challenge, and I am going to have you come over into my Passionpreneur community and post. I don't want anything fancy. I don't want anything it just wow. But I want to see that you guys are really starting to create more. Do you have to put everything that you create out at one time? No, you do not. Yes. Yes, yes. It sounds like a solopreneur day to get the things done. It is time to create. Today, we're going to learn exactly what to post and how to post and why, so that your content connects. Like, you don't want your content to just be out there and people are like, oh, that's cute, and scroll. Oh, that's nice. Just scroll. Do you know some of the things that I post gets me the weirdest connections, and sometimes it's connections that I don't want. So if you follow me on Facebook, you know that I committed this year to start really creating some traditions for my family. And when I look at like many families, they have like these things that they do, and that their grandmother created. It starts somewhere, and a lot of times we think that traditions have to be handed down, but if anything, nothing was handed down, you can create your own. So one of the things that we are doing every month is redoing the Christmas tree. And it is a huge thing between my daughter and my mom and my grandson. Of course, he is over there like picking stuff off the Christmas tree, and I'm trying to tell him don't touch it and leave the Christmas tree alone. But it is something that is like a part of my content now, is that we go, we get the things for the tree. We're already kind of working on the Mother's Day tree for the month of May, but we put up the Easter tree for April. It can kind of stay up because it is kind of like a spring, but it does have bunnies on it. So and I had someone to inbox me and ask me like, hey, can you come to my school and work with us on the supplies that we need to create us a tree every single month? And I'm like, that is not how I wanted to connect, but hey, it could be a part of, classroom decor and classroom decorations. So your content has to connect with people. It has to make them want to say, ooh, I want to do that too, or I want to be a part of that as well. And of course, that's not connected to my business content. That's connected to my personal brand. Dr.Carolyn Bobb-Green, and who I am, a creative. I'm a multi-business owner. I love techs. I love gadgets. I have this post that's scheduled to go out. It's like people want to talk about millennials and how millennials are selfish and how we are childish and we don't want to grow up, and like all these things about millennials. Oh, they're entitled. That's the word that I hear a lot. And so because I am mature for my age, these people have these conversations around me, and I'm like, but I'm a millennial, and they're like, oh, no, not you, and I'm like, but I am. And so one of the things that I posted as about for content is, yes, like, we're a millennial. We are, childish. We like to buy things that are toys, and we care more about what we want than anything in the whole wide world. But it's only one reason that we're like that. And my daughter's just like, you are so childish. And it's because when we were kids, we made a promise to Jeffrey the giraffe that we don't want to grow up, because if we did, we wouldn't be a Toys R Us kid. And I am committed to being a Toys R Us kid. And so, yes, Toys R Us has disappeared, and they are supposed to be coming back. And guess who's going to be one of their biggest customers? Me. Not just buying toys for my grandson, but buying toys for myself. Because when I was a kid, I promised myself that when I was an adult, I was going to go to Toys R Us and buy whatever I want. And I am still committed to that to this day. When I went to New York, I went to FAO Schwartz. I bought toys because I wanted to and I could. And so as a millennial, we made that commitment, and we are taking it to heart. I know I am, and I love buying my toys, like whether it's adult toys, like my new toy right here, or a real toy like a Barbie doll. I'm gonna buy. Why? Because I want to. I'm committed to staying young. I'm committed to being happy and doing the things that I want to do in life, because we made that commitment from the time that we're kids. So when I am creating my content, my personal brand reflects that. It reflects that. So it is connecting, it's building trust, and it's attracting the right audience. I want people that are just like me to be attracted to me, and I'm not everybody's cup of tea. And I want you guys to understand that you're not everybody's cup of tea. And that's okay. I don't want people in my circle to tell me, oh, well, you're too happy, or you're too bubbly, or you're too sparkly. If you feel that way, then I'm not your ideal person. My job is to encourage you, motivate you. Now, I can be real serious. I can get down to the business and tell you like, hey, this is what you need to do. No joke, no play about it. But I'm not going to say it in a way that's going to cut you down. That's just not my style. Where there are other coaches and consultants, that's their style. They like to attack and make people feel like, dang, you know what? She's telling the truth, and break them down. That's just not my style. And so if you're looking for somebody to do that, I'm not your ideal client or your consultant. I am about sprinkling that sparkle all over you, getting you hyped, getting you excited, and encouraging you to do the things that people may have made you feel like you couldn't do. Made you feel like, it's beyond your reach, or you're too old for that, or you don't have enough money for that, or you don't have enough connections for that. And I'm the person to tell you, if you want it, you can get it. I've seen people do it. I've witnessed people do it. I've seen clients go from broken to being able to stand up and say, this is my business, this is what I do, and start generating income. Was it perfect? No. Did it start coming in like right away? Absolutely not. But now they're in a place where they can say, I am making something, and it gives them a little bit of hope to push forward. So I want you guys to think about, when you're creating, no matter if it's for your business page or your personal page, that you're creating to connect with someone, you're creating to build trust with someone, and you're creating to attract people that are aligned to what you want to do. Alignment is key. And so when people come to me and say, oh, I'm creating this kind of content, you should be posting this way, that's not aligned to who I am. That's not aligned to what I do. So it has to be in alignment, because when it's in alignment, it connects. And when it connects, it brings me the results that I want. I've seen like people talk about, oh, why should I listen to this person and they have less followers than me? Well, the question should be not about how many followers they have. If you're a business owner, the question should be, how much money are they making? Because sometimes the two don't connect. A lot of people think more followers, more money, but that's not true. You can have 100,000 followers and they can be just random people. And just know that people do buy followers. They do. They buy them. And that was one thing that I was committed to. Number one, having fake people on my page. I don't accept every friend request, but followers, I don't want people just following me because I posted something in a community. I want followers who are aligned, who are centered on wanting what I have to offer, therefore converting into clients. And my conversion rate is unbelievable. I probably convert more than people who have 100K followers or 100K subscribers. Why? Because I am strategic about who I allow in my ecosystem, because I want people who want to grow. So I want you guys to understand, this is not a comparison. This is about business strategy. Not about just telling you to post. Just post something. Just get it out there. Okay, you're going to post and people are going to see you. They're going to like you. They're going to follow you. But are they your aligned client? And we want to make sure that we're attracting the aligned client. All right, so we're going to get in. I see some comments over here, and so I want to make sure we get over there to the comments. All right, so we're going to talk about the content type breakdown. We're going to talk about content pillars and ideas. We're going to talk about creating connection that converts. Oh, that word, converts. How many of you have posted things and only got one sale from it or two sales from it? And then you're like, oh, it's not working. It's not that it's not working. Understand that only 1% of the people who actually see it are going to follow it. And that's like 1% is pretty high conversion rate. Sometimes less. It depends on what it is. But if a person doesn't see a need for it, they're probably not going to buy it. So, you want to create things that convert, and then we're going to get into some activities that we're going to do today, because like I said, I want you guys to get in there and start creating. So let's just see what our friends over here are saying. Yes. Themes. Oh, I love that, Karen. Yeah, perfection is not necessary. No, it is not. Then we had Dr. Melissa say themes are fun. Absolutely. And you got that educator heart, so you know. Karen referred to it as a solopreneur day. If you guys have been around me for some time, I do a solopreneur day once a year. I think that time is coming up again. It's on my calendar, popping up soon. To get all the things done. Yes, you need to do one of those tomorrow. Excited to do this tomorrow. Yes, breaking it down. And then Sunday is the best time to do a solo preneur day for there. And she said seasonal trees are here. Seasonal trees. Yes, I am the seasonal tree this year, and hopefully it becomes a tradition in my family. And I can pass it down to my daughters doing it, my grandson seeing it. And so I was committed this year to create some new traditions in my family. I'm a grandmother. I want to create things that is going to follow our family for years and years to come. Is it an original idea? No, it's not, but it's something that I wanted to adapt to my family. This is, yes, that sounds like fun. It seems less like work. And yes, it's less like work when it feels like fun. And that's why I was committed to integrating content into my life, my lifestyle. It is just a way of being. So just like we get up and we go to work every day, just like we get up and we have our routines every day, we need to make it a part of our routine, but make it exciting. Like, I love capturing my feet walking. I love just like driving and just putting my phone on. Like, a lot of us have our phone up anyway when we're driving for GPS. So why not just turn on the camera? And it doesn't have to be on you. It could be on the road. It could be facing on the outside and just filming the road driving. And then you do a voiceover later. It doesn't have to be complicated. And a lot of things on that B-roll list, which I'm going to talk about today, these are things that you can go outside right after this and start getting those shots. So make it fun. Don't make it something that you have to do. Karen says, I'm a Toys R Us kid. Yes, because baby, if I did, I wouldn't be a Toys R Us kid. Yeah, because I am definitely a Toys R Us kid. All right, bring on the sparkle. Okay, I'm about to bring it. And then Karen, thank you so much. Your sparkle is fabulous as well. Thank you for being a part of my world for so many years. I love your energy. I love what you do. I love your growth. I love the things that you have to offer. So thank you so much. You have that sparkle as well. Yes, I make more than I have followers. You know what? That's the tagline, right? I make more than I have followers. And so that is that is so true. And I tell people that all the time. Like, we want to focus on these follower counts. We want to focus on, she has 1,000K followers. Okay, but how much money is she making? Are those real followers, or are those people that that were paid to be a part of it? Are those people just scoping her out and viewing her because she's cute, or because her body's nice, or because they just want to watch what she have going on, still her free content? So what type of followers do they actually have? And I want followers that convert into clients. I want followers that are true enough clients, or that patronize my business. So let's get into the different types of content and how to create that content, what you can use for that content, and just picking out. So yesterday I told you guys to pick which platforms you wanted to be on. I said at the least two. One, searchable content or evergreen content type platforms like TikTok, YouTube, Google, or Pinterest. And then one like short form, where it's not searchable, that the content kind of like that revolving door. And that's going to be like Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, LinkedIn, those platforms where content is not searchable, but if you follow the timeline, the person who's on that platform will see your post. And so with that being said, you should have your platforms together. And then once you pick your platforms, then you can decide what type of content you want to use. And so one of the one of my two favorite types of content to use is video content, because people are more amped to watch videos than they are to read posts. Like, you have people that post things with a picture, and a person will look at the picture and comment, and the picture has nothing to do with what was said, and you know that people aren't reading. I'll do posts like that all the time, and people will comment, and I'm like, you commented about the picture, you did not comment about what I wrote, which goes to show that more people are just looking at the pictures, looking at the videos, and they are reading the captions. And so this is why reels are so important. And so people make a huge deal about reels and them being edited. But understand that reels, something in my eye, sorry about that, are supposed to draw people in. People can consume reels really fast. Like, they can keep swiping and then they just watch reel after reel after reel. You can do this on Facebook. You can do this on Instagram. You can do this on TikTok. And so when you are putting your reel together, you want to make sure that you are, you have a really good hook that brings them in. And you only have a couple of seconds to do so. So go with the most boldest thing that you can say at the fore, and then get into the content later. Like, for example, if I was, doing another reel for content to Cashflow, I'm like, hey, are you sick of being broke? And people are like, yes, I'm tired of not making enough money. Are you tired of working all day, every day, and your check being the same? Do you know that you can make more money than you have time? And so, having those first 3 seconds and saying those punchy lines about your content is going to help people stop the scroll. It will help them say, okay, let me look at this, or save this for later. Trending audio. And so if you're using native apps to the program that you are doing, and I've said this to you guys before, when I go to post on Instagram and Facebook, I choose my audio once I get into the platform so that I can see what's trending for that platform. And I'm going to kind of show you guys that in just a second on my phone, how that works. And then most of the time, people are not able to hear what you're saying because they're somewhere, like the doctor's office, or even at work, watching reels and all of that. And what they are doing is just reading the captions. So understand that captions, how long can you stop breathing? Oh, that's a good one, Karen. That's a good one. Oh, like, I don't know, like, hey, no oxygen to the brain for like 5 minutes, man. We'll call some major, 3 to 5 minutes would be a major brain damage. Yeah. Ooh, that's a good one. I like that. So yes, having those hooks. And one of the ways that you can get a list of hooks, like, people sell lists of hooks, but here's what I say. Put your theme into Claude, and then when you put your theme into Claude, and a little bit about what you want to share with that theme, ask Claude or ChatGPT to give you a list of 100 hooks that you could use. Just the hooks, so things that will stop the scroll, that will make a person more engaged inside of that post. And so with the captions, all of that, and then at the end you want to have a call to action. Understand that reels do not allow you to put stickers on them with links, only stories do. And so what you want to do is refer them to your link in bio if you're on Instagram, or to your stories, or you want to, if it's Facebook, you can put the link in the captions, or you want them to comment on your reel by using mini chat or some type of keyword responder, so that you can inbox them with that. So now mini chat does have where a person can comment on your reel and get something into their inbox. And so that's really cool. But understand that there's no way. So if you tell them to click the link, you have to tell them where to click the link. Click the link in the bio, click the link in your story, click the link, in the caption, comment, breathe, and I'll send you this. But I would definitely lean into making sure you have a call to action at the end of all of your reels. So when people ask about reel format and reel specs, when you are filming your video, if you have your phone, all you have to do is film in this long format. Let's go back to this screen right here. So if you're filming this way, this is the perfect format for a reel. And I always tell people, your back camera is the best camera, but a lot of people do not want to use their back camera because they say, oh, I can't see myself. So they use the front camera. Understand that the pixels on your front camera is going to be totally different than the pixels on your back camera. And the back camera gives you a sharper, cleaner look if you do not want to invest in a really good camera. So a lot of people will ask, like, well, how do you see yourself? And so if you've been with me for some time, I talk about using my mini monitor. And if you click the bonus link in the bio, you will see this, that my link from Amazon, and it goes on the back of my phone, and so I can see myself on the front calendar. So what I do is I turn it on, and then I connect it to my phone. Okay, it'll tell me, like, I just turned it off. It'll tell me, hey, connect to my phone through like a screencast. And they do make them for Androids. They do make them for iPhones. But basically, it's going to walk you through the steps of the screencast. I turned it off, and then now the button doesn't. Oh, it's because my nails are too long. Haha. But anyway, once I get it on, I'll get it over to you guys. All right, so once I turn it on, I connect it to my phone, and then when I put it on the back of my phone and I am filming from this way, I can see myself on this monitor. Like, this is the best $30-$40 that I've ever spent, because now I can use the back of my camera and have a really good video and not worrying about, can I see myself? Also, when you use your back camera, it's not mirrorless. So what happened is that you can flip it so that, things look the way they're supposed to. When you film with your front camera and you go to post it on social media, everything is backwards, especially if you post on TikTok or if you post on there, because this camera cannot be flipped around. So you want to use your back camera, and you want to use this, I don't know why I can't get it on right now, but it is a great way for you to actually get the content that you are filming. Another thing that I like to use is this suction cup. And with the suction cup, if you are using your front camera for whatever reason for a tutorial, it has like suction on it. And you put it on the back of your camera, and it'll stick to your mirror or your car or as an additional holder, and you can film yourself like driving. You can film yourself in the mirror in the bathroom doing like your makeup or whatever. But these little suction things are great ways for you to capture yourself when you're working. Another thing that I like to do is to put it on my computer screen and put it up there, and then just kind of work, and then just kind of film myself with working. So these are all like suctions for the back of the iPhone. So it has like the magnetic suction to be able to put on there. And then if you have the case with the magnetic on there, it would allow you to do those things. And so in my list of tech tools, it is in there for you guys to get things like that. And so if you're not able to afford a $500 camera or a $600 camera, spend $30-$40 and get the tools that you need to be able to film the best quality reels that you can with your back camera. So those are going to be amazing ways for you to be able to for you to be able to get the content that you actually need. And so, like I said, when you're doing your talking head videos, that second screen will allow you to make good quality talking head videos. Now, when it comes to filming your reels and your content, you do want to have your captions come up on the screen. And one of the tools that I absolutely love, and it's free, is going to be Edits by Instagram. Edits can be downloaded to your phone, and I am going to pull this up. Make sure that this is off. Let's see if we can get my phone connected. Let's turn the Wi-Fi on. Okay, so yes, my screen is kind of like a little a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I do change so don't think that my the apps are going to look exactly like your apps. They're going to look a little bit different. And so with the I'm going to pull this. So I'm on my computer using the iPhone mirroring, so it's crazy. So the Edits app is this square app, and it has a line through it. And then when you open it, it is very colorful, and it looks just like the Instagram app. But when you go into the camera, when you get ready to go in to record something, okay, it will allow you to do something called a teleprompter, where you can put your script in there. And so with that, it helps you to be able to record videos with your script right in front of you. And all you're going to do is record it straight from this. Now, if you want to use your back camera, you can use your back camera by rotating it to the back camera and using that little screen in order for you to record that content. And so when it asks about the music that you want to use, it will tell you what the trending music for IG is for your particular page. So when you pick that trending music, you could pick something, make sure it's connected to what you're talking about in there. You don't just want trending audio just because it's trending. So you can check it, and then it'll automatically add it to the background. Now, if you're gonna post straight to Instagram from this, then yes, go ahead and add that audio. But if you are not, then don't add any audio. Just remove the audio and then film it, and then add the audio once you upload it to Instagram. So this is Edit, and you can just hit record your video, flip the camera. You can record in 2K, 4K. You can change your frame rate. You can do HDR versus SDR. I've always record in HDR or HD. HD and then SDR on these things. And then every once in a while I'll record in 4K, and then I'll change that just depending on what platform I'm about to post in. So there you can also do what is cut out a green screen so that you can have things going in the background. If you want to have a timer to set a limit so that you don't go over talking. So it's for some of us who like to talk with no script, you can set a timer for yourself, and then you can also change the color grade or the filter that you want on there as well. So this is the Edits app, and whenever I'm creating reels, I typically use the Edits app, because when I open it up, I can just add the captions super easy, and I'm going to show you guys that in just a second. But even if I have B-roll, even if I have things from that I want to add in, I can actually record in different takes. I can go over to this, and I can add pictures and things from my gallery onto this particular on a particular thing. I can add pictures, I can add whatever I want to into that onto the timeline. And it even allows you to like swipe videos or bring in videos from other videos so that you can create your own content. Now, it doesn't have the AI feature where if you drop in pictures it'll create your own, like your video. This is more of a talking head, or if you know what type of video you want to create. Another thing that I love is these little sticky notes, because I'll see content that I actually like, and I can actually add like sticky notes to that content that I have saved. So these are videos that I have saved, and then I can actually go in, add a sticky note to it, and write down what I like about that content if I wanted to recreate it. So I do get inspiration of the type of videos I want to do from Instagram, and this is a good way for you to save those videos, put a sticky note on there about what you want to do a little bit later. And so then I can actually see the ones that already have my sticky notes on them, like the ideas. I'm trying to take you guys to one. I'm not sure if it'll show it on here. I want to say it's because like it only lets you see certain things in this view. But if I do add a sticky note, I can actually go back and see what sticky notes I actually added, which reels are actually there for me to be able to recreate them a little bit later. So this is a great place for brainstorming what type of reels you may want to do. It's a great place for using that reel as a template. And so you do have templates that are here. And you can pull these templates and drop your photos in there if you like those reels as a way to create your own reels. So you look at what's trending, things that you have saved, add sticky notes to it, and much more. And so when I'm creating these reels, this is a great place for you to be able to do that. Now, if you're like, I have a lot of videos, I have a lot of pictures, and I want it to be auto create, and you don't want to pay for CapCut, one of the things that I love to use is the Canva. Let me 1 second. I like to make it a little bit. Let me go this way. Sorry, it's hard for me to see it when it's on the screen. And so in Canva, you can do something like hit create, and then you can do what is called like a magic video. Let's go here. And it's right here. It's called Magic Video. And with Magic Video, it lets you select up to like however many items. So like we are moving around and redoing our storage space, and I can say, hey, I want those 3, and then I can go here. It's going to analyze it and give me some recommendations on how I can edit these videos. And this is in Canva, guys. Like, you don't have to have CapCut. You can use Canva for these things to create reels. And so it puts it together. Now I can't tell you guys, I'm gonna have to open it up for you guys to actually see what it looks like, because there's some kind of privacy protection that when I'm sharing my cell phone, for some reason Canva like doesn't want people to see it. So like it's blank. So what it did was created a video like this, I'm going to assume, and then it'll say, okay, if you don't like that one, we'll change it to this one, we'll change it to that one. So let's see exactly what it looks like. I'm going to go to editor, and then I'm going to hit play. And so if I had added more pictures, it probably would have had more transitions. It added music to it, all of that. So you can easily drop your photos in here and ask Canva magic edit to magically edit it for you. And if you don't like it, choose another template, let it re-template again. And then even if you want to add some more things to it, you can add transition, change the music, do whatever you want to when you open it up in editor. So now you have these tools like edits for free. You have Canva that most people are already paying for anyway, where you can now use them to create the reels that you want to create. Let's just say I don't want to have music and I want to do like a voiceover. I could take that right out and say, hey, I don't want that music. And then I want to add, I can record myself and do a voiceover over that if I wanted to. So if I go to record myself, I can do a talking head, or I can do an AI voice generator and put that file right over that video so that it has like a voiceover added to it. Even if I go around to edit elements and I go to audio, I can record my voice over there as well. And so I can just speak straight into Canva and be like, hey, you know, this is my store. We're getting ready to do a transition. We're unpacking. We're moving everything into the room. Here's the before picture. Here's the after picture. And so all I'm doing is adding audio to that file, or I can record myself at the bottom of the video and do a actual picture of myself speaking about what's going on. So you can either add it by adding a recording of yourself, or you can add an audio and do like a voiceover that way as well. And so these are like ideas of things that you guys can use when it comes to creating those reels. All right, so I see some, I'm gonna go over to the comments. Oh, you're going to play around with this. Okay, so which one? Edits or Canva? Let me know which one. Great tips on edits. Yes. Edits, you know, it's getting more and more advanced with edits, and soon you're probably going to be able to make AI videos. But like what it's able to do now, like I am so satisfied with that free app. Like I get most of my videos done. I'm able to stitch videos from Instagram and save it, and then do like a review or talk about it, or even save it as an idea that I'm like, okay, I want to come back and recreate this as content. This is absolute gold. I did not know any of this. I just downloaded those two apps. Can't wait to play around with them. Yeah, and like I said, they're free apps that you guys can actually get to use them and utilize some of those features. And then as we're talking about, you know, other things that you're able to do on these apps, like the sky is the limit, especially now when it comes to creating carousels, which used to be so daunting to create. I'm going to show you guys in just a second a way to do that. So like with Magic Edit, now do know like the Magic Video is only on your cell phone. It is not on the desktop. So that is one of the things when it comes to Canva, that Magic Edit is on your cell phone. So if you're having a hard time finding it on your desktop, that may be why. So understand when you go home, we're gonna X out of that, and you see it's not there, but when I go to videos, it is a video option. So when you are on your desktop, it doesn't come up. And I don't know if that's like a glitch, if they're working on that. Only these options come up. But on your cell phone, you should be able to see that Magic Video Edit. And then you're able to pick those things and drop it in there. So like if I had more things that I wanted to add to it, maybe I wanted to do those, I can go over, let it create it, like just in a couple of seconds. I'm having these reels that I can go ahead and just save, schedule them, and get them out. So again, it's not going to show you guys what it looks like right at the beginning, just on my phone. On your phone it will. Oh, it kind of did it. So this is the actual template that it used. And let's just say I didn't like that. I wanted to go to that one. It will tweak it and create that one for me as well. But I am going to go back to that one to see exactly what it created for me. And I'm going to go to the editor. Okay, so it says my workflow notes. And this could have been an ad for my 3-day experience. Now, what I could do is I can go back in here and then change the wording right here and saying, getting ready for an experience, or my workflow for prepping for my 3-day experience. So I can change this. I can change the color. I can move the videos around. And hey, y'all might see this one because just that quick, I created something, a recap. I could say what happened in the 3-day experience, or whatever I wanted to say, and then it kind of creates this video that is showing what actually happened inside of the experience. I can even add some videos from today or clips from today to be able to create that. So you guys see how easy that was? And when you have themes and you have the footage from the week, bam, you can create videos back to back to back to back. Now, what I am going to tell you guys, if you have your cell phone or iPhone, as you are creating content, I am going to tell you to just really make sure that you are taking time to organize your content into folders. So I do have collections where I quotes and graphics, my warehouse, my storages. So make sure that you are creating albums to keep your photos in, so that when you are looking for your B-roll or trying to pull those things out, they are right there for you to be able to grab. So take the time to do that. And when you are creating a folder, you just go to, like, if you finish today and you want to put it all under B-roll, create you a B-roll folder and then put all your B-roll in that folder, so that when you're going into Canva to create all of these things, everything is there. Or I like to favorite stuff, especially if I know I'm going to be using it soon. So like if I know that I need to use this picture right away, like I'm doing a lot of transformation because we've been moving into a new spot. So I favorite those so that I could do some before and after pictures, because I wanted to use them like right away. And so take the time on your phone as you're creating these B-roll videos over the next couple of days to save them inside of your inside of a folder, so that you're not like always looking for you're not always looking for your content or where it's saved. And so like for me, I have this phone that I use like to capture like some personal things at the office, but then I do have another phone that I use just basically for B-roll. I take it with me, it travels with me. It's, I capture mostly on it just because I don't want to cloud up that phone. Now, do you have to have two phones? No, but it just works out for me because a lot of times I'm on a phone and I'm trying to capture something, or I'm on a Zoom and I need to capture something. And so I have been using those two things before I invested in my my Extra Muse. So I hope that this is helping you guys kind of brainstorm how to create those reels and really making it easy for you to do so. Now, when it comes to stories, a lot of people get stuck on stories and not understand what stories are. So usually you can share your post as a story. You can share your reels as a story. And what happens is it appears at the top of the timeline, but it's only there for 24 hours. And so it's letting people know that you post, and it can be up to 60 seconds. So if you go live and you try to post your live as a story, it's going to ask you to pick the 60 seconds that you want to show in order for it to be a part. Now, can you do it again and pick another another 60 seconds in there, yes, you can create multiple stories. But I love stories in a way that not only to share what I've just posted on my timeline so people can see what's going on, but I also like to use it to create what is called carousel stories. Why? Because I can put a sticker on it. I can put a sticker that has a link on it. So when we're creating stories, you can actually start off with a basic carousel that you post on Instagram, and then go into creating a story, changing the format inside of Canva. Because in Canva, you can have, square, and you can also have like 9x16 within the same document. So I'm going to show you guys how I tie those two together, and really using stories as a way to get people to click my link, because I can add that sticker. Whereas on Instagram, I got to tell them to go to my bio. I got to tell them to click here. I got to tell them to do that. And then also, I love the fact that stories go away in 24 hours, especially if you're trying to curate a timeline on Instagram, and you want your page to look really nice, and you don't want these ads on there or your events on there or things that is not something that people can save and use later. Stories are a great way to do that. But lately I've been really loving creating carousels with stories. And so what we're going to do now, I'm going to show you guys how to use Claude. And I really hope Claude is acting good today, because sometimes between certain hours, it can be kind of like iffy unless you do the paid version. And right now I'm on the free version of Claude because I'm paying for ChatGPT, and I love Claude a lot, but it does so much for free that I have not stepped into the $19.99 a month, which, okay, I will sooner or later. But it took me 3 years before I actually started paying for ChatGPT. But we're going to go over to Claude, and what I'm going to show you guys what to do is how to create a carousel, and we're going to turn that carousel into a story. Then I'm going to go to Facebook, and I'm going to show you how to share stories and how to turn it on and to make sure that it's there. And then if you don't see the stories options, most likely it's because your timeline is not public. That's probably why, because stories are public. People can see stories even if they're not your friend. All right, let's go over. Well, that's not nice. Where are we? Not the current application, are we? Oh, let's go to my display. There we go. We're on the right screen. As you guys know, I love tech, and I have some tech things going on, and yeah. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not. But hey, that's a part of being live. You get it. You get what you get what you get when you show up here. And I'm not afraid to be like, oops, sorry. Let's go over here. So what are we going to talk about? I love creating things for people, and I love being a part of, when people show up, giving them the opportunity to be showcased and for me to be able to share resources with them. And I know we're not on a Zoom and you can't be on the hot seat or anything of that sort, but I do want to take the time to create something that somebody else could use. Like, I created that video. I'm going to use that video. I'm going to go in, I'm going to edit, I'm going to add, y'all going to see that pop up somewhere. But for this, I want to do this for somebody. And so if somebody could tell me a theme or a topic, and whenever we are creating this, I'm going to create a carousel to teach. So carousels actually teach. It's like you have a hook, you have like some tips to go into it. And so in the comments, tell me something that you want to teach in like maybe 10 slides or maybe 7 or 8 slides, with the carousel. It's like a post, and you can have up to 20 static slides, but in stories you can have up to 100 stories a day. So in less than 20 slides, and then put like your favorite brand colors in there so that I can tell Claude that too. So the first one to actually drop what they would like to teach in like 7 slides, 10 slides, a topic, nothing too detailed, just the topic, just the colors you want it to be. And then I am going to do the rest in Claude, and then the rest of you guys can kind of like take note of this. I will copy and paste my prompt in there. And I'm just going to tell y'all, when I be talking to Claude and ChatGPT, I'm not auto correcting or typo free. It's going to have some typos in it. So I always tell people, let me clean up that prompt before I send it to you. But if you want the organic prompt, it's going to have a whole bunch of misspelled words and stuff like that, because I just be like, listen to me. So let's go. All right, I'm going to give you guys in the comments. I'm going to bring that comment up to the screen. And then as I am working on this, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create these carousels for you. I'm going to show you how to edit them. And then I'm going to find you on my list, and I am going to send them to you for you to have to post as a carousel and a story. So let's go. Who wants to share? Look, this is what happened. When you show up, you get the goodies. So for those who are watching on replay, I love you. But if you were live, this could have been you getting your stuff made live right here. And while you guys are typing, of course, Carolyn is going to go in and get herself some some B-roll. Okay. Okay, that was 30 seconds of B-roll. Oh, Bloom's taxonomy. Oh, okay. Come through. All right, so, okay, y'all can't see that because I didn't bring it up on the screen because I'm over here playing with my gadgets. But you know, guys, I got to get the content when I can. Okay. All right, let's put this. Okay, so she said, just on the fly here. How about the basics of Bloom's taxonomy for new teachers? All right, okay, Dr. Melissa, you forgot something. Give me those colors. Give me those colors. Okay, 1 to 10, Melissa, 1 to 10. Give me your favorite number, and then also drop some of your colors in there. And if I don't see it, I'll Why can I never get carousel correctly? All right. So I can drop a screenshot. Do you want the hex code? Okay, okay. And then, okay, those hex codes are amazing. So I'm going to grab those. Okay, she's gonna go. Oh, she is specific. She got the hex codes, y'all. I am loving it. Design 101. Know the hex code to your brand colors. And I'm gonna show you guys something in just a second on what you can download to your computer to grab hex codes if you don't already have it. So let me get through this and I'll show you guys that. You come hang out with me, y'all. Y'all gonna learn some stuff. B8OC. And okay, 2, and then this is going to be 8. All right, and then oh shoot, I gave it the hex code. I already told you it's 8 slides. Okay, let me pull this up and see why. There we go. I'm not sure exactly what's why it's not showing my second display, but okay, there we go. I would like a carousel, and I'm going to use these hex codes. Make the graphics each. Make the 8 graphics each a PNG. So that I can download them as individual files. Okay. Okay, so let's see what Claude does for us on this Bloom's taxonomy. All right, so it is thinking about it. It has pulled out the hex codes. And while it's working, I'm going to come back over here. And let's just see what it do. Let's just see what it do. And I hope it doesn't come out like extremely perfect, because then it will defeat the purpose of my next experiment. Like, I want it perfect, but I don't want it too perfect, because then it defeats the purpose. So it looks like already that it didn't pick up one of those hex codes, but maybe it did. And then we can always go in and change the color. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that without using up all your credits or prompting this. So Claude is going. And it is thinking. And so what I will do is I will go ahead and take this prompt, and then I will put the prompt in there, and then you guys will be able to, so give me a second to drop the prompt, because I want to make sure the prompt is all the way good before we actually drop it, and just in case I need to make some edits to what I prompted it to do. So this is all in the free version of Claude. This is not the paid version. And so Melissa may not like this format that it gave, or she may like the format that it gave. So it's going to be 8 slides. Of course, it doesn't have the swipe here like it would on there. So it has these 8 slides. And so that was the cover. And you see how it's just like off just a little bit. Great. And then 1, it has 2, it has 3, 4, that's 5, create. And I am going to ask it to add in a 9th slide with a call to action to like, say, I'm going to have it do save, like, and follow for more new teacher tips. Okay. So I'm going to ask it to do that because that's what was missing in your call to action. So, and then we can add your handle on the other page. So there may be some things on here that Dr. Melissa likes or she doesn't like. Maybe she doesn't like all the colors and all of that. And instead of going into Claude and just like prompting the heck out of it, it can be very daunting to do that because then it'll switch up the whole thing. And you'll be like, golly, I like the other one. I only wanted these few changes. And so I am going to show you guys that workaround in Canva. Okay, so it's creating that. And then my next thing that I am going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and, you see, like it made it yellow on top of yellow. I don't know. That was kind of weird, but you know, we're going to make it work. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and download all of these. And I'm going to show you guys how to fix some of these little weird things in Canva. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then this one. Perplexity does too. They offer ChatGPT, Claude. You pay $20 a month and you get access to all of them. But what I don't like is it's mostly like the Python. And with the Python, I don't know, it's just a little weird. So we're gonna go here, social media, and then we're going to do I want it to be a perfect square, but I think it's going to be like the new Instagram format, and it's going to be this one. It's not going to be a perfect square. And then I'm going to go over to my uploads, and then I am going to drag all of these over here. Or I can go to upload files and then go to my downloads, or we can go recent. Probably give me all the slides. Is it going to give me all the slides? No, I think it went to my desktop. Yeah, I don't feel like searching around where they went, so I'm just going to pull them straight from my browser. Hey, we're going to make things easy right here. And I'm going to move this over so that I can make my drop in. So what I'm doing now is I'm dropping all of the things that Claude made into Canva. That's it. And so I'm going to do 5. 6. And if I was on my regular desktop, I'll be able to grab all of these, but I'm on a second display screen. And some of the features aren't the same as using your laptop. And 9. Okay. If I'm missing one, I'll go back. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab that one and then we're going to put it here. We're going to, you know, kind of like edit these first before we make them fit on there. So you see, I'm just dropping each one of them in there. 3, 4, 5, 6. And so out of this, we're going to get both carousels and we're going to get stories out of them. And so let's talk about this first one. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this Bloom taxonomy and I am going to go to edit. And when I hit edit, I'm going to go to this new feature called Magic Layer. And what it's going to do is it's going to break this up so that I can edit whatever I want to edit in this Bloom's taxonomy story. So now I have the option of making this whole thing blue, grabbing all of these pieces if I wanted to, change the wording on it, making it as big as I want to, changing the colors, changing the fact that, you know, this I can move it however I want to move it, redesign it, find some pictures that are a little bit more friendlier if I wanted to center this in the middle so that it fits, since it has that new Instagram, it's not in perfect square mode anymore. Then I need to change this to 9 because it's now 9 slides and not 8. Okay. And then like, what if I want this to be something else, or a different color? Maybe I want it to be like this yellow or whatever. She can now edit that. So then she'll go to the next one. And the one that I really wanted to do was this one because it really got messed up. So I would go here, go up to edit, go into Magic Layer. And it's just scanning it. And this way your carousels are already created. So you can say, hey, I want to do carousels like 3 times a week or twice a week. Create those carousels, schedule it for Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's teaching things that's according to your theme, and get those scheduled out there. And you guys see, it's already created. You don't have to go into the design anymore. Claude did it. We're just kind of cleaning it up and making it a little bit more prettier. You see how that's kind of weird in the wrong spot. So I'm going to grab all of these elements and then say that Claude said something that she really doesn't care for or like, and I don't want to. Another way that you can grab things and make sure you grab everything is by going here and then going to position and then going to layers and then just holding the shift key and then like getting all the layers. And then because I don't want that one, I'm going to grab all these. Sorry, my shift key was being weird. All right, and I've grabbed all of that. Now I want to make it big enough to fit perfectly on there. And then now I can take this Bloom taxonomy and then put it up here and bring this quote right here. And now I can just edit what the AI made. And then like these right here, these little boxes there, I can remove those and put boxes that I want. She can add any graphics like her logo, whatever it wants to be. One of the things that I like to do is upload, go to my branding and then go over to my logos and then pull in like some of my logos and then put it in the background of it. Show you, position it. and I'm going to bring it all the way down to the bottom. And then what I'm going to do to it is I'm just going to change and just make it faint in the background. That way my brand is also on this. And then I may bold some of these words to make them a little bit bolder since I have my logo back there. And those are things that she can actually do to this to make it prettier if she wanted to add those things to it. But that is like the Bloom's taxonomy. And even if she wanted to change the numbers and the colors, take some words off of that, maybe it's too much, too wordy for her. Now, if I wanted to change these into stories, remember stories are 9x16. What I would do is I would go down to where it says pages, and then I would pull up this view at the bottom, and then I would go to the first one, and then I would add where it says more. I would go to hold on one second. Let's duplicate it first. Sorry. Well, we have to go to the 3 buttons. Go to the 3 buttons. That's right here. And then we are going to duplicate it. Then we're going to go back there, and then we're going to resize. And then I am going to make it a story size. And then it is going to change this to story size. So now I have it as a story. I can add more graphics up there. I can make this a little bit bigger. I can change this and make this a little bit higher. So now I have stories for Facebook, and then I have these. So when I go to download it, I'm going to download only the even pages for my stories and the odd pages for my carousel. My carousel is great for Instagram. My stories are great for Instagram and Facebook, and at the very end I can put my link with the sticker onto that carousel. So like for this one where it says follow, this one was the worst one ever, so I am going to edit this one, and then we can change it to have that follow and then those different signs, and then she could put a link to like an upcoming class or a workshop when she goes to add this to Instagram or to Facebook as a story. So I am going to show you guys what that would look like if I was to add this, if I was to add something as a story, so that I can add the link to it as well. So all right, so I can make that bigger. Let's just say these, it looks like it kind of like broke this up. Let's move that circle out the way first. And so we could change these icons to be what they need to be. But basically it gives you the option to edit these files and create multiple formats with them in order to get stories and carousels out. Even if you said, I'm going to do a carousel once a week for my theme, create it, put it into stories, post it as a story at least twice that week, because it only lasts for 24 hours. You can put it back up again for those who missed it, and then you can put the carousel on your Instagram page where it lives and where it goes. But either way, you are creating content in a matter of a few seconds using the AI and then editing it right here in the editing tool. So I am going to go ahead and go over back to my phone because I do want to show you guys how this would actually post. If I was going to Facebook. Now, once Melissa, hopefully people are not being weird on Facebook today. Hopefully people are not being weird on Facebook today, so I don't have any kind of issues with sharing this profile or this screen. When you download those Canva images to your phone or whatever it may be, it's going to be separate PNGs. So when you go in to post a story, remember we're going to do the story format, and it asks you to grab those particular ones. See, I have one in here from one that I did the other day. So you would have to post each one of them separately as a story. So you would you can upload multiple ones, but they are going to post as separate separate stories. And I did add this little swipe to mine for carousel purposes. So what that would look like is I could grab that one. It doesn't really matter. I can grab that one, and then I could share that one. But let's just say I don't want to share it right away. I can add music to it. I can save it. I can post it on Instagram as a story. But remember, you're adding these as one story at a time. You're not adding them as a whole set when you're doing a story. As opposed to when you're doing a carousel, you are adding all of them at one time in that square format. All right. So this is the cool thing about at the end. I can add a link, and I could just put that link there, like www.trainingyou.net, and I can add the link to it, and or I can add a sticker. And I love doing the sticker link where it's here, and I can put I can put it here on the last one. So I may on my last graphic have like a little squiggly line that says click here to register, which I can do. I think I did that. I think I switched the if I go back, it's going to take it away. But so you can add different things to it. I can add music to this one. Like if I want the same song on all of them, I can add the same song to them. But if I go back and I pick another one, I think that I did a call to action, this one, and it says click here. This is where I could add that link at. And then add a sticker. When we add the link is just going to be on the bottom of the screen. But I like the sticker because it goes well with IG. And then I can add this like right there to tell people to click here in order for them to join that particular thing. Again, I can add the music. I can add more words to it. I can add like, writing if I wanted to just like, go down and be like right there, or like kind of outline something and write on it. I mean, you could do that, whatever you wanted to do whenever you are creating these different things. This one is more of like the spray paint can, if you wanted to do the spray paint thing. But these are all stories, and this is going to be at the top of your page. Up here, these are all people who shared what they post as a story. So it's going to come up here at the very top of most people's feed whenever you do a story. Now, when you go to do a reel, that is going to be a little bit different. That is going to be like a video, like I showed you those different videos that you upload. But with Facebook, even if you do a post, and it is a video, go do a post, and we decide to upload a video, it is going to automatically make it a reel. automatically. And this is where a lot of people get stuck. They're like, okay, well, how do I edit it? Why is it just like letting me do the thumbnail? And that's it. Well, whenever you get ready to edit, if you want to edit it to add music to it and all of that, you have to hit this back button up here and then X out, and then you can edit it. Then you can add your music. But as long as it's already in the real format, you can't really edit it. So you would have to, you can edit the audio, go here. I go to the controls. Like if I don't want my camera audio on, I can turn it off. I can add music. I can add a voiceover. Whatever it may be to this. I can add a sticker, and notice that these stickers are different. You don't see the sticker where you can add a link. I can trim, I can add text to it, I can add captions to it, all of that. But whenever you get ready to post a video, it's going to automatically make it a reel. And if you want to add music or edit it or anything like that, because it's not already on there, you do have to hit the back, X out of it. You're not going to lose it. It's going to be now on the timeline for you to be able to edit it. Then when you go to really post it, then you can tell that you want it to be a reel. All right. I hope that helped you guys out with understanding how to create those stories and carousels. And Dr. Melissa, I am going to work on yours and clean yours up a little bit and send it to you. But you guys can see just how easy it is to create this content in a way that you don't have to be overwhelmed. Like, you don't have to think that, oh, it has to be this perfect. Those same reels can be shared to TikTok. It can be shared to YouTube Short. But your strategy and your theme is absolutely important. And you have to think about at the very beginning when a person puts in where they when you put into the GPS where you want to go, you know the destination. So what is the destination of the content that you're creating? Are you trying to drive them? Like, why did Dr. Melissa create that carousel for new teachers? Is it because she wants new teachers to new teachers to be a part of her community? Or is it that she wants to show adjunct professors that this is the type of content that you should be creating for your teachers? So her call to action to the end should lead people somewhere. Is it that she wants them to go and follow her YouTube channel because she's trying to grow her YouTube channel? Is it that she's trying to grow a community or a membership? Like, what is it that you're making this content for? So all of that is going to be important. So what it is today, what I need for you guys to really focus on and get into today is really understanding what you need to create. Okay, those B-roll videos, capturing them, pulling out that cell phone, getting it together, and then understanding what pillars you want to use. And so if you're stuck on like, okay, Carolyn, what do you mean by pillars? Well, remember inside of your bonus, I gave you guys examples of pillars of content that you can actually use inside of your business. I gave you B-roll shots. I gave you how you should be creating content. I'm trying to find the page with your pillars on there. How to repurpose content, batch contenting and repurposing it, your content schedule. Okay, so maybe your pillars are inside of the next day. So pillars of content is like, what do you want to do with your with your content, right? It is, do you want to educate? Do you want to create humor? Are you posting a lesson? Are you promoting a behind the scene? What types of pillars are you going to have inside of your particular business? And examples of strategy would be like mindset, client wins, tools and resources. Like, what are you pulling from in your business to drive the content? So I have my theme, but what am I doing with my theme? Am I teaching? Am I teaching strategy? Am I teaching mindset? Am I doing wins? Am I doing behind the scenes? Am I doing testimonials? Like, what am I showing up as? And I like to do what is called theme days. So Plantational Sunday, Money Making Monday, Tech Tuesday. And so those type of things, those daily themes are really fun because then I know what I'm teaching about on those days from my major theme. And those are my pillars of content for one of my business. Like I have Hot Topic Wednesday for my early childhood community where I go live and I do a hot topic. And so you will become known for your pillars and people will know when to show up to get that content. Like Talk About It Tuesday. Let's talk about all the things that's going on and let me give you some tips. And then that Bloom's Taxonomy could have been a tip Tuesday. So here's some tips on how to teach Bloom's Taxonomy as a new teacher. So these are the pillars that you have to sit down and say, hey, what am I going to be talking about? Not necessarily what am I going to be creating, because I know that when it comes to Motivational Monday for my teachers, those are always going to be stories or just like static posts. They're just like quotes to motivate them. And sometimes on Motivational Monday, they may get a reel. It's like a sparkle reel. And with that sparkle reel, it's just going to be like a motivational tip. Like, hey guys, I know you guys haven't seen me in a while and you're used to my quotes, but here is a motivation for you. And it'll have soft music in them. And, just understand that you are there to lift up that student. And it's not about, our feelings. It's about teaching them how to regulate their feelings. And that motivation may be a video. So on my pillar, one of my pillars may be like Motivational Monday, motivational quotes, and motivational reels. Then on Tuesday, I can say like, okay, this is my Talk About It Tuesday. On Talk About It Tuesday, it may be a live that I do every single week. And then here's what I do in the lives. I pull up a question from one of my comments. And so when you're creating these pillars, this will give you the system of creating when you sit down. So now I know that I need to schedule my live. I need to create these reels. I need to create 2 carousels so that it meets the 3 to 4 levels of content that I have dedicated to create. And if you work like this, you'll already know every week I create 2 reels, 3 stories, and 1 carousel and go live once. Is that? Or I go live once and I create 2 carousels and I create 3 stories. And then from that live, I create 10 reels. And then I post those reels to drive people to go watch that live so that they can show up to my live every week. So like strategy, people, strategy. But you have to know your pillars of content so that when we get into repurposing this tomorrow and talking about that and actually using the tools to create, you will have your pillars there. All right. So understand that when you're creating the content, you not only have to have the hook, you have to have the value, you have to have the story, and you have to have the call to action. That is, even if you're doing a reel, if you're doing a live, if you are doing a store, like no matter what it is, it has to have that format so that your people can end up with you. It's not about just getting them into the ecosystem. It's just about getting them with you. Yes, Karen, strategy. We have to really lean into sitting down and creating your strategy. So your homework for tonight is, number 1, create your 5-day, 7-day strategy. That way, when you sit down on Sunday, you already know how many things you have to create. Also, pull out your phone and create at least 6 of those B-roll or those content suggestions that I gave you inside of your bonus worksheet. And what page is that on? I want to say that is on page number 1. It says things that are every day that are actual content. So you can pick like 2 or 3 things from there and then pick like 2 or 3 things from the B-roll category and start saving these things to your phone. And you may not use them right now, but you will eventually use them. And so I want you guys to really lean into not just creating, but also making sure that you have a crystal clear strategy. Oh, okay. We can get those. I'm going to copy those those. I'm going to put those in my notes so that I can go into Canva and update that for you. Okay, I grabbed it. Thank you so much, Dr. Melissa. All right, so let's open it up for live Q&A. I know we have like about 10 minutes left. And making it flow. I'm going to pull up some of your comments. I'm going to pull up some of your questions. Dr. Melissa says, I love that you mentioned connecting the content to the pillars. I am now looking at everything differently after that comment. I have a lot to plan out before Q2 starts on Wednesday. Yes, Q2 is already here already. And don't think about what happened in the past. You guys could actually take the next 3 days and start planning the first couple of weeks of April, then taking the first week of April to plan out the rest of the month. You can actually do a solopreneur day, a content creator day. I am going to be popping up with a solopreneur day where I give you guys an agenda. You show up on Zoom and we co-work together and just get the work done. But we want to be ready for Q2. And so don't think about, even if you say, hey, I am going to go on ghost mode, and you post on your feed like a little ghost every day, and then you go ghost mode for the next 3 to 4 days and create your content, and then you come back slamming because you have it scheduled and you're ready to post it. Man, that's what it's about. But let's sit down and get that big theme for April, May, for the next quarter. Let's just say, what are you going to be your themes for the next 4 months? And then tying those things to your content pillar. So think about, how do you want to show up and post in your community and on your pages, and then picking those topics and then putting your themes up under it. And so that type of strategy is going to keep people like binge watching and feeding off your content, because they know that every Tuesday they can come to Dr. Melissa and get those tips. They know that every Wednesday you're going to go live and give them something to, some strategy to go with those tips. So that is how we, okay, you gave me the consultant. Okay. That's perfectly, the Adjunct Collective colors. Okay. So thank you so much for sharing that. Now we'll update those colors, in Zoom, in Canva, which you guys know is an easy thing to do, right? Like, she gave me the wrong colors and I want to go ahead and change all the colors in the palette. So all I do is pull up those colors and see what colors they are, so that we can see it. One of the things that I said I was going to show you guys, if you ever get stuck and you don't know what your brand colors are, let's go here. Let's go to current application. All right, so let's go back over here. If at the top of your browser there is something that you can add, let me move my face because I know that you guys can't see it. Let's go back. This is something that you can add into your Chrome browser. It's right here, and it's called Colorzilla. Okay, you can download this, and it's called Colorzilla. And what it will do is you can pick colors outside or inside your browser. So what you do is you grab it, and it will tell you the color code of any color on the page. And when you click it, it adds it to your color panel. So when you go back up to your color panel, it'll show you like all the colors and what the color code is and what the RBG code. And it's called Colorzilla, and it is a tool that I love to use when I'm creating, because if somebody sends me their logo and they don't have their hex codes, I know that I can grab their hex codes really easy. So even like for that color, like I'm like, okay, what color is that? I don't even know what color that is in Canva. I can go to my color picker, go to that yellow, grab it, and it'll tell me exactly what the hex code is for that. So I hope that tip helps when you guys are designing and doing things in Canva are all the other tools that you're using, but it's called Colorzilla, and you can download it into your Chrome browser or any browser. And then it's at the very top, and it's like a little dropper, and then you can pick colors inside of your browser and outside. So even if it's a document that you open up, you just click it and say outside of browser, scroll to whatever document it is, and you're able to choose those colors. So I hope that helps. All right, so I am opening it up to any questions. So as you guys are dropping those questions, I do want to invite you guys who have not already joined us in Boss Access. The link is in the description. Boss Access is a community for business owners who are looking to grow and scale their business, and learning how to speak to grow their business. So whether that speaking is through a reel, through a live, or actually speaking in a workshop, or speaking on a webinar, or speaking on a stage, or hosting your own event, we are the place for you. And not only are you going to learn that speaking part through my partner in crime, Terry Lee Harrison, but what I teach is business strategy. So you get all of the systems, as well as the content creation, the tech tools, and the business strategy to go along with that. So if you are a speaker, an author, or just a business owner who wants to grow your reach, then Boss Access is the place for you. And that link is in there. So come on in, join it. I promise once you come in for 1 month, you will absolutely love it and want to stay. And then if you are at the place where you're ready to like 10x your business and take it to the next level, we do have a 15-week coaching program called The Boss School, where you spend several weeks with me, kind of like focusing in on your strategy and building your strategy out. Then you spend a couple of weeks with Terry Lee, and she works on tailoring speaking to your business and how you want to show up in it. And so for both of those things, I'm going to go through a full presentation on tomorrow, showing you all the benefits and some of the testimonials that have come out of Boss School, because our Boss School graduates are absolutely fabulous and their business are really growing. And so, I am super excited to be able to talk to you guys about that and introduce that to you on tomorrow, as you guys are choosing your next journey and how you want to stay connected with myself and my community. So I want to thank you guys so much. I do want to leave time. I think we have 5 minutes for questions. And so feel free to drop those questions in there. Yes, Karen, that is so true. Inside of our community, we offer something 3 days a week, 5 a.m. Central Standard Time and 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and that is co-working. And co-working is a time for you to come in and block off that hour to focus on getting things done. And it has allowed for projects that people have put off for months and years to get it done, because they show up in co-working, they drop what they're working on in the comments, and we set the timer and we go in on it. And so co-working is a feature that you get as a part of the Boss Access community, because we don't want you to just be showing up listening to us talk. We want you to make time to actually get the work done. And when you think about it, if you show up to co-working all 3 days, those are 2 hours on those 3 days. That's 6 hours a week that you can focus on your business, and do the things that you need to work on your business, because we're so busy working in our business. So I talk to my community and I say, hey, when you're making your schedule, make time to work on your business. And that is usually during co-working time, which is your undisturbable tiger time, where you're getting the things done. You're creating your social media, you're creating the posts, you are writing books, you are creating funnels or customer journeys, or you are creating content, digital products. That is when you're going to get those things done. It is time out for everything living in Claude and Chat GPT. It is time that we pull that stuff out and we actually use it to make the money that we're supposed to be making with it. That's why it was created. That's why we don't have to have, long hour VAs anymore. We can actually use Claude and ChatGPT to create these things for us. But if we never pull it out and use it and it sits there, then that's where our money is stuck. So co-working is an amazing opportunity for you to utilize that. Dr. Melissa, thank you so much for being here. I am so glad that you loved today. I really hope that you guys walked away with something amazing that you can take back to your business and use it. So, like those two tools that I left you guys with today, the edits and the Canva and how to use it in new ways, I really hope that you guys take it, use it, and start creating content, bulk creation. Sitting down and blocking off 1 hour or 2 hours to get the thing done, that is going to be crucial in getting that content to cash flow. So make sure you join me back here tomorrow, because now that we have the ideas out of our head, we have the strategy. Now that we have the creation tools that we're going to be using to creating, I've given you guys some of my favorite tech tools and software. Tomorrow we are going to be connecting it to cash flow. Money, baby. Yes, money, baby. So I absolutely enjoyed you guys today, and I'm so excited about tomorrow because we're going to get into the business aspect of it. And so then you guys are going to be able to put all this together and really move different in this next quarter coming up. Again, I am Dr. Carolyn Bobb-Green, and as always, when I go live and when I'm teaching, I look forward to training you to succeed in your business. I hope you guys have an amazing Saturday, and I look forward to seeing you again on Sunday. Bye-bye.